Welcome to our new program on veterans. My name is Sid Morris, and I have with me today three commanders of three organizations within Cedar Falls. Tom Haggerty, the American Legion commander, and Mike Morgan at the AMVETS, and Larry Walters as the commander of the VFW. Welcome, fellows. Glad you're here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
When we get into the program, I wanted to call on you to talk about your organizations and talk about what your mission and your purpose is and that sort of thing. And so, but I want to talk first about our programming. This is the first of many that are coming down the road. We have about 20 different programs on veterans and veterans programs, veteran issues, and so on in the area. And today we just wanted to introduce the leadership of our various veterans organizations and talk to you about the program and what we're going to be doing. So we'll get into some questions about your organization in just a little bit. I'd like to start out talking about, let's start, since you're the oldest in our group today, Tom, I always like to call on those older folks because...
you stole my opening line, Sid. You're the oldest American Legion member. I'm probably the youngest. But the American Legion, at the courtesy of the Cedar Falls AMVETS, is housed at the AMVETS home at 1934 Irving in Cedar Falls, where the helicopter is on the pad. Mm-hmm. And it's a very nice gesture because years ago the Legion sold their building on 14th Street, and again we were allowed to meet at the AMVETS post. We consist of 160 paid members in the city of Cedar Falls and outlying areas. We meet monthly on the third Thursday of each month at 1 o'clock. And if anybody needs any information, the screen will show our drop-in information here. Right. And they feel free to give us a holler at that number or contact that webpage, and we'll get some information to you.
Good. Well, we'll come back to you about some of the projects later on.
Sure. Larry,
can you tell us about the VFW and where you're located? And
the VFW in Cedar Falls is like the American Legion. We also utilize the AMVETS building for our meetings. They've been kind enough to offer it to us. We used to meet in the Legion building. When they sold it, we moved over to the AMVETS along with everybody else, and we enjoy a pretty good relationship there, I think. Our meetings are held the third Tuesday evening at 7:30 at the AMVETS post. We have 93 paid up members in our VFW, and we're try to be active, try to stay live in the community for the good of the veteran.
Well, I know you certainly do, and I want to come back to that because I want to talk about membership and how veterans become involved and that sort of thing. So we'll hit that topic again. And Mike, tell us about the AMVETS and where you're located and so on.
Well, like they were talking about, the main building, the AMVETS building, with the big American flag on top of the roof there. Mm-hmm. That was a new addition to our post. That is fantastic. We meet every first Tuesday every month at 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And then we have a home board meeting too that any member can attend to on the last Monday of every month. That's part of the AMVETS that we do there. Mm-hmm. And we just try to help out veterans in our community, scholarships throughout the community, and various other organizations.
And provide a place for veterans to come and their members to come and
let loose. They can have fun and enjoy themselves in a quiet environment.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about membership and the requirements for membership in just a moment, but I want to, being the oldest, I think I have some prerogative here, is you notice that all the organizations now are meeting at the MVETs.
Yes.
And I think I can speak for Tom and Larry both, and many other organizations, veterans organizations, that we really appreciate having the opportunity to use the MVETs for our meeting place.
You know, all veteran organizations are welcome. We help them, they help us.
Right.
So we're all working together to help veterans.
You know, there was a time that some of us, the American Legion had their spot, and we'll talk about the history of the American Legion today, but I just want our listeners, and also that my being a member of all three of your organizations and others that have used the facility, we truly appreciate that. And I know that your leadership and your members out there welcome us always, and so
We sure do.
okay. All right, let's talk a little bit here about our membership. You indicated how many members. Oh, you didn't tell us how many members, but
Well, we currently have over 1,100 members.
1,100 members.
And that's just on the MVETS part. We also have other sub-organizations inside the MVETS that have.
Well, tell us about the membership and how you become a member of the MVETS.
Well, to become a member of the MVETS, you just have to be served active duty in the military or National Guard or reserves, and have a DD-214 with honorable discharge. And then just come in. You can either join for yearly at $25, or you can pay your lifetime dues and be done with them at $250 for lifetime.
Okay, so $250 will buy you a lifetime membership, and
Yes, sir.
and what's your annual membership?
It's $25.
$25 for annual membership.
Yep.
And that membership does what for you?
We'll get you. You're part of the AMVET family, and then we help you with we have a career center. If you like to get involved in that, you can volunteer your time, help other veterans, help raise funds for ongoing scholarships that we contribute to every year, and just come down and enjoy yourself. And we have nice drinks down there. Right. So,
well, we'll come back to that because I want to talk about some of your projects. So, Larry, what's your eligibility, and how do you become a member, and what are the requirements for becoming a member of your organization?
In order to belong to the Veterans of Foreign Wars, you're first off, you have to be an American citizen. That's in the national bylaws. Second of all, is you have to have been deployed to a foreign area of conflict, and that obviously means World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Also, any other place where there was a conflict, where they had a campaign ribbon or something that you were awarded for. But it has to be an area that's designated as a combat zone.
Right.
And then you can belong to the VFW.
Okay, and your membership is dues?
Right now, our annual dues are $38 a year. That just bumped up $10 this year because National changed their thing. We also have a life membership, and it's on a sliding scale based on your age. Obviously, the younger veterans pay a larger number, whereas the older ones, like us, don't have to pay as high I was lucky. I joined the VFW and the MVETS at the same time, and I think my life membership dues for both of them were $150.
Right. I'd like to clarify the being in a war zone or a war. That doesn't necessarily mean you had to be in battle.
Nope, it just means you had
Would
to be.
you clarify that? Because I run into that all the time. And
it just means that you were someplace you were awarded like a campaign ribbon or something for, we get a lot of members that were in the Navy. They were deployed to a conflict area, but they may have been on board a ship doing whatever they were, whether they was an aircraft carrier and they were flying airplanes off of it or whatever, but they were deployed to that area, and that was considered a danger area. And couple of other gray areas that have become membership eligible now is any time that you were in a place where you were awarded hazardous duty pay, combat pay, which an individual that's has a rear job could get injured or hurt in a combat zone, even though they were cooking a meal or driving a truck or what, doesn't make any difference. So they're all eligible. Also, anyone who was awarded was a crew member on a nuclear submarine and was they have a SSB ribbon or badge or something that they were awarded. That also gives them eligibility for. In fact, we've got 2 submariners in the VFW right now. So
we'll come back to that, Tom. Before we take a break here, I'd like to get you the information on the
basically, I think our requirements for membership would be the same. Come in, bring a DD Form 214, fill out the application, pay the $35 dues for the Legion, and then just get in touch with us, and we'll start getting you involved in our membership. I was told the other day when we had just chartered the first Sons of the American Legion Squadron at the Cedar Falls Legion, had 10 charter members in order to form the charter. And at the charter event, we were reminded that the American Legion was 90 years old this year. I'm not that old, and I know you're not that old, but I guess the Cedar Falls Legion, history-wise, was founded the year that the American Legion nationally was founded.
That's right. Yeah, and also you are restricted on some dates. We have a couple of minutes left, so talk about that a little bit.
On the application form, the dates are stated, and you have to have served during those dates to become an American Legion. Off the top of my head, I don't know any of the dates, but we can share that information. You can look it up on the web page, and you'll be knowledgeable as everybody else.
You see, the AMVETS has dealt with that very well. The VFW and the American Legion, we've been under certain IRS restrictions on membership due to our tax-exempt status. That's a whole program sometime, but that's a problem for us because they're only 1% of our people or the population in the United States in the military today. So that doesn't leave a lot of opportunities for people to join our organizations. And so we'll have a program someday on what we can do and what the Congress can do to solve that problem. We need to take a break now, and when we come back, let's talk about some of our projects that we have going on with each of your organizations. We'll be right back after this message.
I am a future Panther. I am excited for college.
I am building my skills.
I'm trying new things.
I am shaping the future.
I am ready for the real world.
I am a success.
I am you and I. I am you and I. You can be too.
Dear CFU, recently we had a home energy audit through your House Calls program. The audit gave us information we needed to make good decisions, and your rebates helped us upgrade our insulation air conditioner and furnace. Our thanks to everyone at CFU. Without exception, your employees were helpful, friendly, and efficient. We feel lucky to live in a city with a utility service the caliber of CFU.
Cedar Falls Utilities, our family serving your family.
Welcome back. Our topic today is on veterans and veteran programs in the Cedar Valley. And we were talking about membership previous to the break, but I'd like to come back to some of the projects the organizations are doing, and that's one of the things that's sometimes difficult for us to get information out to people in the community. And so, Mike, let's start with you. Review some of the projects and things that your MVETs are doing for.
Well, majority of their projects are helping to raise funds for the scholarships for the ROTC. We do help out the UNI ROTC the most. We just did a deal with them last night and we'll honor them, and we'll have our scholarship Sunday coming up next Sunday. Mm-hmm. But then we do have various things where we help. Honor Guard has to do with our deceased members or veterans that have passed. Mm-hmm. And we help out. We have our Memorial Day Avenue of Flags. Mm-hmm. That's a sight to see.
Yes, it is. And we're going to have a program on that someday.
Oh, yeah. Then we have our flag ceremonies. Helps get rid of our flags that are tattered and worn with their flight on the flagpole, serving our country themselves. And we have various other organizations that have their own stuff that they do. Mm-hmm. Tons of them are going on. And our biggest one we have is our Career Center, right, which helps our veterans families find jobs in this community or another community that they need help in, right, in finding a job.
Okay. And steak fry.
And that steak fry is an ongoing deal. We do the steak fry every Saturday night at 5:30 to 8.
Now, a question that I'm asked all the time. Okay. Can I come? I mean, not me personally, but people ask me on the street, can we come to that?
Well, technically, with our tax status for the IRS and stuff, you have to be a member to come in, or a guest of a member.
Or you can be a guest.
Or you can come in and sign the book up to 3 times a year and be a guest. And after that, you have to become a member.
Okay.
Either the other entities that we have, is the Ladies Auxiliary, the Sons of AMVETS, the juniors.
So what we want to do is suggest to our AMVET members to invite their friends.
If they want to bring a friend, bring a friend. If you feel like you want looking into our organization, come on down on Saturday night, any Saturday night. It's a cheap steak. Cheap meal. You cook it yourself, and if you cook it wrong,
okay. Larry, let's go to you.
Okay. Well, we try to keep a lot of projects going. 2 ongoing projects we have right now. One of them, we have, I think, currently 8 members who are certified by the 4-H organization to be marksmanship instructors. People had to go to the state 4-H camp down at Madrid and take a weekend training session. We teach basic marksmanship to 4-H kids, 9 years and older. We teach them on air rifles, which is, and we have several of those that we use. And then when they reach, I believe it's 12, they can graduate to, they can do archery, they can do shotguns like trap shooting, they can do muzzle loaders, they can do all this. But this is an ongoing, we have monthly, about 3-hour training sessions every month that we work with these kids, and we get good participation. They love it.
Good.
Another one we've got going right now is a program we're on with Wells Fargo Bank called Boots. And when that is, Wells Fargo provides the money, we provide the manpower, and we fix veterans' homes. If it's like we did one for an individual who had to have was wheelchair bound, we made his bathroom wheelchair accessible. We did mold. We rebuilt a guy's basement basically because of excessive mold while he was deployed. We things like this that we do. We've always got one or two projects going all the time.
Let's go to Tom. Tom, American Legion. You just started something.
We have done almost the same type of projects that all the other ones have. I like to participate and encourage the participation in our Americanism and our patriotism programs. I believe that by having our new charter for our Sons of American Legion, that we're investing in future members of the American Legion, because we are becoming an older organization, and hopefully that'll repay itself with all of the younger members coming in. All three of us, as you know, are participating in the Veterans Park, which is located on Waterloo Road, and the expansion of that. We are helpful in trying to sell bricks, which help maintain the park for veterans to have an inscribed brick, and then that funds go to help maintain the park. The expansion, I think, is going to be another program, but we're all participating in that.
And tell us about your high school program that you have going, Tom.
The scholarships that we're trying to develop for the high school, the other organizations do have scholarships. We unfortunately have not been able to start one due to some regulations that we're working through, as you well know, with the IRS. And we've been waiting patiently because we'd sure like to help those young kids. And the Sons of American Legion that we just chartered, those kids came from our selection of Boy State delegates that went to Des Moines for a week.
Right.
One of them was so well involved and voted. He went on to become the #1 delegate at Boys Nation. They choose 2 from each state. They go off to Washington, and this young man became the #1 delegate. And hopefully, as his participation in our Legion group, he made a decision and was appointed to the West Point Military Academy. So,
yeah, I think that's really neat. Yeah. And he came out of your Boys States program.
Yes, yep. And we have 4 going this year. We had 4 last year, and we thank Cedar Falls teachers who help us select them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah, Boys State. And when in a later program, we're going to have the auxiliary of the American Legion talking about their.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that we partner with the auxiliary. The other 2 groups all partner with the auxiliaries, and we try to develop and work on projects that are a benefit for the veterans.
Okay, good. The Veterans Park is going to be another program, and we made another step forward yesterday on a nice donation to the project. And so I would say about July 1st, we're going to see the addition to the Veterans Park coming. And so anyway, and we have maybe 3 or 4 minutes left, but I want to talk a little bit about the bulletin board that we're going to be, that Denny Bowman and his organization is going to be running. And if people want to know who you fellows are and other leaders of other veterans groups, they will be posted and shown on the Channel 15 bulletin board from here on for a long period of time. And in there will be included, of course, the phone numbers. Will be included the names of people they want to contact if they want to talk to someone about becoming a member, becoming a part of the organization, becoming a part of the projects that you're doing. And one of the things that I run into a lot is people would like to come to some of the events, but they always wonder if you have to be a veteran to come. And that's not true. You can come to public events and be a part of that, of those events. And that's a message that you'll probably hear from me a lot of times in the future, because, veterans played an important role in the freedom in this country, and And I think there are a lot of people out there that would, I know I have it all the time, and I know you do. Thanks for your service. Mm-hmm. And that's probably, I think a lot about that when I hear it, and I'm proud of that. And so I know you feel the same way. Right. But are there? Do you have anything coming up here in the near future in your organizations about what's?
What I'd like to just stress before we end the program is that a lot of people have worked very hard to provide what we all know as honor flights for the veterans from World War II and Korea to go see their monuments. And there are 2 upcoming flights, one that has a few spaces left over, and I'd like to just encourage anybody from World War II or Korea to be sure to get a hold of us, and we've got forms down at the post where you can sign up for that. But do get signed up, because we'd like to keep providing those, and I think all 3 commanders enjoy helping on that funding. So
okay. And do you have anything that's coming up that you?
Well, outside of our Memorial Day activities that we'll be doing, we participate with the Sunday sunset service at Veterans Park, and also the Monday services at the MVets. And also, we have adopted a little rural cemetery out in the northern part of the county called the German Burial Ground, and we do a Saturday morning of Memorial Day weekend. We do a service there with a speaker and everything, which it's become quite popular. We get a lot of people out there now.
Right. Okay, Mike.
Like you said, Memorial Day is a big one for us.
Day, yeah.
For all
people
of us.
Should come and see the Avenue or the Valley.
Yes, anybody's welcome to come down and
Avenue of the Flags,
witness,
I think it's called.
Witness our Memorial Day.
Right.
But another big thing we have coming up with the Wall of Remembrance is coming here June 19th to the 22nd. That is a current wall with veterans, casualties of war from 1983 to present, and it'll be here at the MVET post.
Right.
For everybody to come down and visit the wall, and hopefully we'll reach out, and hopefully there's some healing comes along with that wall.
Yeah. And one of the other things that all 3 of you are probably going to be involved in, the Sullivan Center called me probably a year ago, when they're going to do an Afghanistan or a Vietnam display this year, Vietnam display.
50th.
Right.
I'm on the committee.
He's on the committee. And also the MVETs, they've asked the MVETs to do their testimonials from the veterans. And they want us to help get Vietnam members there, and your members of your organizations and that sort of thing, and that'll be coming up soon. We have about a minute left on the program today, and I want to thank you, gentlemen, for being here today, and thank you for your service, and not only to your service, but also to hear what we're doing with this. This is our first program, and we are going to have about 20 other programs in this series, and we hope that our viewers will listen and take part in our programs. And if they have questions, just call Danny Bowman.